to smoke this nigga cause I with him. Push.
It's people who gon' ask, which one is it? Are you here for blood? Or are you here to do like niggas say LeBron James and his friends on the basketball court? Oh, LeBron, he will never go at D-Wade on the court. He love him too much. This nigga has never dropped the ball for me. Y'all, he dropped the ball for y'all J. Cole fans. Because if y'all talking about how great he is right now and like he wasn't that great when Born Center came out. Born Center, his best album. How the nigga is so cold now? He was always cold. So I you know, like that conversation to me is deaded. This nigga has never dropped the ball for me ever.
Designer or not, I just pulled your bitch with no lineup and cracks.
This is gonna be one of those deep hip hop rap conversations. I'm not really here to play no games and have too much fun with y'all because we need to have a serious conversation. Now, we gonna talk about 7-minute drill. But first, I got a question to ask y'all. How do y'all feel about J. Cole putting out a whole album after Kendrick dissed him? Do you feel like this is something that J. Cole would do? Or do this feel like something a manager would tell J. Cole to do? Hey, bro, he just dissed you. You know what? You should put out this project right now so you'll get more listens because people are going to be tuned in to see what you got to say about the Kendrick diss. I know some J. Cole fans right now are mad at me just for even saying that, but it's a conversation and a question that needs to be asked because I'm not going to be the only one to bring that up. People are going to say Kendrick put out a verse. Now, J. Cole is responding not only with a track, but a whole 12-track album. And while I do think it ain't no rules to this hip-hop shit, if you say what the fuck you want to say, you got to be ready for the response. And I feel like this album is an onslaught because we could talk about 7-minute drill, but hell, from the beginning of this album with Pricey, J. Cole is talking to somebody. And let's be honest, some of y'all J. Cole fans just waking up, and I'm starting to notice that because y'all just figuring out that this nigga J. Cole been talking to these niggas for years. Some of y'all act like y'all just came to that conclusion. All you had to do was get the wax out of your ears. He been saying it. We all know that this nigga right here, Jermaine Cole, got the chip on his shoulder. And while I hear him talking about he in his prime a lot on this album, and we gonna get to the 7-minute drill, just give me a second. Because some people will have a conversation and say, well, Kendrick never had to get to a prime. He was fire from the beginning. Drake never had to get to a prime. He was fire from the beginning. J. Cole had to go back to the lab and take a little break and come back with the crazy ass feature run and all of these cold ass verses for us to even, you know, start taking him seriously. But to me, I would say no. J. Cole has always been that top 3. To me, he's always been in the conversation with Drake and Kendrick, because if you really think about it, Kendrick, y'all got to remember, bro, J. Cole and Drake have more projects in a larger body of work than Kendrick. So, like, sometimes when I know that everybody puts Kendrick number 2 just based off of talent, it just always feel like he comes after Drake and J. Cole in my head because he doesn't have as many albums. But I do agree. I still have the order as Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. And I will say that this album does make me rethink that order. And J. Cole has been doing that for the last couple of years. I might even say all the way from 2020, somewhere around 2020 and 2021, when he really started cooking shit up. But my main point is J. Cole always been this. He just needed to be steered in the right direction. And I'm telling you, this is why Drake and Kendrick is the best blessing that J. Cole could have ever got, because he would not have been rapping like this for the last 3 or 4 years if that light-skinned nigga and that dark-skinned nigga didn't exist. Those two niggas are his motivation, and I don't give a fuck what J. Cole got to say. The chip on his shoulder, the fire in his chest, that some niggas will never appreciate him the way they appreciate them two niggas, is why you get J. Cole rapping like this. But nigga, I've always thought J. Cole was fire. And they've always been in the same conversation to me. But even some of the J. Cole fans are saying that, nah, right now he doing, and I get it. I get what you're saying, but from a technical standpoint, he hasn't changed up the technique. It's still the same style. That's the same drunken master style. It's the same Shaolin style, if you ask me. He could always give it to you fast. He could always give it to you with the space in between. He could always give it to you and kind of change the flow. He could always kind of give you the beat change. That nigga been that. He been coming with the samples. He been coming with the soul beats. It's just now he got somewhere to point it at. So we get to 7-minute drill and we just skip every song on the album. We gonna go through all of the songs, but let's go to 7-minute drill real quick, all right?
I got a phone call. They say that somebody dissing you.
All right, now, I know some people gonna say, I don't like this beat. This don't sound like your typical J. Cole beat. This sound like a trap beat, a drill beat. Hence the name 7-minute drill. There's so many meanings to that title. Number one, he gave us the beat change. Did some of y'all see that foreshadowing when I talked about the beat change? Okay. I have no problem with J. Cole showing us, nigga, you can put me in any fucking jungle, nigga. I'm gonna kill some shit. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna survive. I like that he rapped on this type of beat, because you could say the same thing about Like That. That wasn't your typical Kendrick Lamar beat, but Kendrick has a way of stepping on a beat and forming that bitch to his body like a latex glove. He put beats on like condoms. And that's what you can say about the top three. They wear beats like condoms, nigga. They put their meat in it. No Diddy. They put the meat in it, and now the beat is like, oh, this sound like a J. Cole beat. It don't matter if 50,000 niggas rap on beats like this, just like this. J. Cole on this bitch not, so now it's a J. Cole beat. So I fuck with this. To me, this was him leveling the playing field. He even say on this track, nigga, this just a warning. This ain't even really me trying to come at you and destroy you, because I still got love for you. And I'm going to tell you, J. Cole, that's your mistake. That's always been your mistake. Kendrick wouldn't be playing friends with Drake, and Drake is my number one rapper, and I'm just telling you the fucking truth. But every time I'm listening to J. Cole on this track, he going at niggas' heads. But I love you, bro. You my nigga, but I love you, bro.
Lord, don't make me have to smoke this nigga, cause I fuck with him.
It's people who gonna ask, which one is it? Are you here for blood? Or are you here to do like niggas say LeBron James and his friends on the basketball court? Oh, LeBron, he will never go at D-Wade on the court. He love him too much. He'll never go at Carmelo on the court. He love him too much. They just friends. They want everybody to have a good game and they shake hands afterwards. Cole, I know your background is basketball, my nigga, but that AAU mindset and mentality, if you really want to get to the level you trying to get at, I feel like you need to just stop some of that. You can call niggas behind the scenes and y'all can go out to lunch and all this other good shit. But how do you expect niggas to take you serious when you giving us hard bars like You saying, yo, your last shit was trash and all this other shit. But, hey, yo, I fuck with the nigga.
I'm hesitant, I love my brother, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm powered up for real.
Either you want to destroy these niggas or you want to love these niggas, J. Cole. And I'm not trying to say this not a hard-ass song. I just got done telling you, this nigga has never dropped the ball for me. Y'all, he dropped the ball for y'all J. Cole fans, because if y'all talking about how great he is right now and like he wasn't that great when Born Center came out, Born Center his best fucking album. How the nigga is so cold now? He was always cold. So I you know, like that conversation to me is deaded. This nigga has never dropped the ball for me ever. But you can't tell me you want to be the best and then you love niggas and then you blatantly killing them.
4 albums in 12 years, nigga. I can divide.
4 albums in 12 years. But like I said, that's what make niggas hot. And see, Drake ain't really got no reason to be hot about that because, all right, Kendrick put out 4 albums in 12 years. Cool. But I'm still Drake. I'm the number one. I am hip hop. And for y'all who don't know shit about music and how this shit work, when a Drake project comes out, it says, if you like this, you might like this. And if you like that, you might like this. 9 times out of 10, when Drake songs and albums do numbers, it recommends Kendrick Lamar, it recommends J. Cole, and a host of others. But I'm being honest with you, I believe the number one recommendations is J. Cole and Kendrick because it goes off of metrics. Whose numbers are in the same vein or the same, you know, type of genre that are close to his numbers. They might not be as high, but it's like, we gonna recommend you the niggas who got the top numbers that you might like. And who are the niggas with the top numbers? After Drake, it's gonna always be Cole and Kendrick. But my point is, it trickles down. They don't have as much success without Drake being at the top. He's the head of the snake. That's how streaming works. My whole point is, Drake, I don't think he's really that mad that Kendrick has been able to do what he's done with only 4 albums. But J. Cole, on the other hand, who really been putting out music for a long ass fucking time, I do think that bothers him. And that's why the music has been so fire. His motivation is really stepping on these niggas. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now, we can just throw Drake out of it. Because unfortunately, a lot of y'all don't feel like Drake is a rapper. He's not rap, he's pop. Y'all got every excuse in the world why you just want to see Kendrick versus J. Cole. But you don't have to diminish Drake to just say that's what you want to see. So let's pop Drake out of it. Kendrick really wants Cole. He wants him. I think that's why we never got the joint album. I don't want to do a joint album with this nigga, and I think that's from both camps. I want to put this nigga at the bottom of my shoe. And so, yeah. I think Cole is just like we talked about earlier. 4 albums not enough. It's not enough.
I'm fully loaded, nigga. I can drop 2 classics right now.
Now, when he says he fully loaded, he can drop 2 classics right now, it brings me off the edge of that conversation I started with, because maybe you do got a whole bunch of fire music and it ain't shit for you to drop this little 12 piece. You gave it a little kind of bullshit artwork, bullshit title. You know, it kind of reminds me of if you reading this, it's too late. But a lot of us know if you reading this, then it's too late or whatever. That's still kind of like a classic Drake project. And I dare to say, I was listening to this album and I was like, is this shit giving me? I couldn't discern if this was giving me Forest Hill Drive vibes or Born Center vibes. But as far as this response with 7 Minute Drill, I like it. But I do think some people will be disappointed because Kendrick was not sparing niggas. J. Cole still seems to be in the middle. He's saying a lot of vicious shit in this song. But I love this nigga. He my brother. And that ain't what the fuck we want to hear right now, Cole. You need to go at these niggas. All right, so that's how I felt about 7 Minute Drill. Let's go through these 12 tracks real quick. Let's lock in. We're going to start with Pricey, all right?
This the Ville, fill of hard knocks. They selling hard rock. More plugs than these niggas.
All right. Now, when I play these little samples for y'all, I can only play 5 seconds because if I play more than 5 seconds, then it's a copyright. So when some of y'all be like, why he turned it off so quick? Like, some of y'all got to know. That's how YouTube work. All right? Now, this is Pricey. Ari Lennox, Gucci Mane, Young Dro. This is a really good song, and like I told y'all before, Cole is talking throughout this track, but like I told y'all, he been talking. He been, I mean, I don't know, you want to say he sneak dissing, you want to say he's still talking about Kendrick on this track, all of that applies. But it's that pain and that ferocity that I love to hear from J. Cole. Cole is still rapping like he mad. Like that's all I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't give a fuck. You can put 50 Ari Lennox on the track. You can put Summer Walker on the track. That nigga got something to say to these niggas, man. And I'm still enjoying it to this day. How did y'all feel about Gucci Mane coming in at the end with the poem? Now, my question was, did Gucci write that poem himself or did Kendrick write that poem? That's my question to y'all. Do y'all think Gucci wrote that or do you think Kendrick wrote that? Because I'm not going to lie, I kind of thought Kendrick might have wrote it for him. But does it matter? At the end of the day, I still thought it was really dope. Like, who would imagine Gucci Mane coming at the end with a poem? It's fucking Gucci Mane, right? Always good to hear from Young Dro too. I like that he had some classic older artists on this album, all right? Cameron on here. The Daylight and Ab Soul track, which caught a lot of niggas off guard. Because it's like, hold on, nigga. I went back to your old camp talking about Kendrick. Okay? We'll get to that in a second. But Pricey was fire. This is your classic J. Cole type of vibe. That soulful, airy, relaxed, chill vibe. Some shit you could smoke to and be like, damn, this nigga spitting, right? So let's move on.
Niggas hit my phone up when they need something. I can't recall a time when you gave me something.
Who the fuck is he talking about? Once again, hey, y'all know in that Jay-Z meme when that nigga listen to the song? I'm like, Cole, god damn you, J. Cole. I was trying to get some ass tonight, man. Fuck that. That nigga got me in here talking all serious with y'all. I'm in here motherfucking like, yeah, roll up the spliff. You might as well put the car back in the garage. Fuck you, Jermaine. It's Friday, man. It's Friday, man. So, this nigga J. Cole, man, He followed the pricey and the nice, cool beat, calm, and then we get this dark, crummy ass beat on this Crocodile Tears. I gotta see who produced this because I wonder if he produced this, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, this is T Minus produced this because I'm like, this sounded a little too grungy for the J. Cole production. Not to say J. Cole not a good producer, but that's another conversation we can have too. I also think when J. Cole decided to be like, all right, I'm going to focus on the raps and I'm going to stop trying to produce everything myself, it helped as well. Now, that don't mean he did that his whole career, but I felt like it was a time when, you know, J. Cole was trying to find himself and he was like, I always wanted to produce. So he produced, you know, his own shit for a little while, all right? But still, I feel like when you hear that hook, this could be not just about rappers in general, but this is when you a celebrity, man, and when you rich and you the nigga, you that guy, it don't matter if he talking about I'm the you know, the lead nigga in Dreamville. I created this. Whether it's I'm the breadwinner in my family. Unfortunately, that's how just life go when you successful. Niggas only call you when they need something, right? And so I love this song because this is getting back to that relatable J. Cole. We all can listen to this and be like, God damn, I get tired of motherfuckers. Today is Friday. Somebody gonna call somebody out there. They gonna ask you for some money. And so I like this kind of vibe from J. Cole while also getting off his shit. Once again, rapping like he got a chip on his shoulder.
Bitch, you going outside, whole clique getting slid on. You a mouse pad.
Whole clique getting slid on. You a mouse pad. What the fuck y'all niggas want from me, bro? Y'all don't need me to talk about this shit, man.
Yes!
If you don't give me a fire-ass sample beat with some motherfucking Cameron, nigga, J. Cole, if this wasn't the right beat for Cameron, nigga, I would have shunned you. This is how you bring out Killer Cam.
Designer or not, I just pulled your bitch with no lineup and cracks.
Don't you ever talk about no lineup and Crocs. Nigga, in the review. But getting back to my conversation about that nigga just needed the right motivation. Y'all know how NBA players, they might be trash on a particular team. And then you put him on a new team and you like, where the fuck did this come from? Now the nigga dropping 30, he got triple doubles, he double doubling, nigga rebounding like he never rebounded before. Nigga shooting threes, turning around like Steph Curry. Sometimes you need to change your environment. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not digging in my nose. Y'all ever get like that stinging feeling on the corner of your nose? I know some people like, nigga, why you keep digging in your nose? You on coke or something? No. The corner of my nose just stinging right now because this nigga spitting that hot fire. This shit is Dylon. But sometimes niggas need a new environment. Sometimes niggas need just a new motivation. And that's all I be saying with this nigga Cole, man. I don't feel like this nigga's any different. I don't feel like he different. I just feel like the motivation is here and this is where it need to be. I know Cameron on this song. But I'm like, nigga, this should have been the beat you used to come back at Kendrick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that nigga, if he would have been saying that shit over this beat, I'm ready.
I don't know if you people noticed it, but niggas had to give me 6 feet before the COVID hit.
What the fuck y'all want me to say about Cam, nigga? I mean, like, that nigga was built for this type of beat. He was built for this type of production. He was built. This is New York. This is Brooklyn, nigga. This is J. Cole getting back to his motherfucking roots, how the fuck he grew up from. This is the East Coast boy. Some of y'all niggas feeling like J. Cole from down south. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about, because the nigga gets some dreads. This is not Future. This is Jermaine Cole. Shout out to Cam. Right now we 3 for 3. I'm sorry if I got my nigga picture over it. We 3 for 3 right now. We 3 for 3.
Can't take no risk in this game. My money grew, but my ambition's the same.
Do y'all niggas get what I'm saying when I'm like, is this Forrest? Is this Born Center? When I'm comparing this shit to his best work. And that's why I said, if you reading this, then it's too late. Regardless how Drake approached that album, because remember that was supposed to be the end of his contractual obligations to Cash Money, if I'm not mistaken. So he just put the shit out. And that's another reason when y'all talk about that Quentin Miller shit, bro. Number one, those were bridges and hooks. He didn't take any bars from Quentin Miller. Some of y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all talking about. Any nigga can come in with some hooks and some bridges. And it was for an album that Drake was just putting out because he was trying to hurry up and get out of Cash Money. The Joe Buttons, the niggas who's supposed to know all about rap, they never mention that when they talk about Drake. Because some niggas are so envious of the nigga and they so jealous, they never want to mention that. That wasn't an album that Drake even gave a fuck about. It just came out and the songs was fire and niggas have fell in love with the album ever since. But Drake wanted it to be decent, but he wasn't working on it like he was working on Views. And I'm in my head thinking to myself, did J. Cole know how fire this shit is? Because that's why I'm like, nigga, you ain't deleting shit. Because, nigga, who produced this? Why is this shit so motherfucking hard? T minus again. Hold on, I gotta do some research because this all T minus. Okay, so this, like Pricey was J. Cole. Hold on, let me do some scrolling. Let me just scroll all the way down just to see if we could build some. Okay, no, it's a couple other niggas, DZL, Draw, but I think I saw him on this last song up here, right? I thought I saw that name a few times too. But regardless, the production on here is fire. Oh my God. I'm trying to think like what this shit remind me of, like this beat. It remind me of something familiar, but honestly, this take me back to the days when you used to be on YouTube, you used to be on SoundCloud, and you was just looking for them fire ass beats, and you come across something that's fire, and you like, nigga, I gotta get my pen, I gotta rap to this, I gotta save this. Like, some of these beats are so fire, they would sound good without any rapping on it. And once again, this nigga J. Cole is delivering. But I'm gonna tell you something. When the production is good, it's hard to underdeliver. Because I'm liking the production on this better than I like the production on his last album. And I had to go back and check. But yeah, I'm sure. I like this better than the production on the last album, Off Season. This, yeah. I'm just talking strictly production. It just came out, but I'm fucking with these beats more. And I liked a lot of Off Season. This is all in my playlist, but production hard on this, bro. Hunting Wabbits. It's a check mark for me.
He keeps killing us, father. He keeps taking.
This might be my favorite song on here, bro. That beat, I don't know, dog. What the fuck is that sample? Somebody gonna tell me. I can't think of it. But it's something about that shit that feel like home. That Hunting Wabbits is fire. Oh my God.
Girl saw me and her face froze. You better be lucky I'm faithful.
Nigga, you talking about faithful. You talking about a lot of bitches in this album, and I like that too. I know you married J. Cole, but nigga, you a rapper, dog. You could talk about some ass. You could talk about some bitches. I like that. That's another thing I done took away from these first 5 songs. J. Cole is like, I might be with my girl, but nigga, I'm gonna talk that shit. I like that.
We could take the chase, cause we know the area well. Thank God I'm not far for 100 M's.
So good to hear from Boz. Shout out to Central C. I hate to keep talking about Drake, but I don't know if it's Drake, but I'm accustomed to UK rap now. It doesn't feel weird to me anymore. I don't know if any of y'all can agree, but it's because of artists like Central C and a host of others where I'm like, I fuck with UK rap. So, when I hear Central C doing this thing, it doesn't bother me. Some of y'all still on that shit where it's like, oh, I can't fuck with the UK shit. I don't want to hear that, bro. Like, these niggas is really coming. And I'm hoping that more American fans get to where I'm at, where it's like, I'm really fucking with UK artists. I really like the UK scene. And I always tell people, if you want to get used to UK rap, go listen to, I think his name is H. He got a song with Ashanti where he kind of samples that Baby song.
She like,
and if you can fuck with that, you can fuck with more UK rap. Cause I feel like that's a good introduction. It's not too UK-ish. His accent ain't really that strong, but it's strong enough. But I feel like that song feels kind of American-ish. But I always let people hear that song, that Baby song with H and Ashanti, and that's their kind of like introduction to be like, okay, I fuck with UK rap. But I feel like maybe for some people, Central C or other people like that, it might be too like UK in they face type of shit. But I wasn't trying to really get into a whole UK rap discussion, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, HYB, I like this. I just like to hear J. Cole and Boz. I feel like you could have a conversation about Drake and J. Cole, and I know I keep mentioning Drake, but do y'all feel like all the Dreamville artists get enough support from J. Cole? And I feel the same way about the OVO artists. Do they get enough support from Drake? Because they both got a lot of fire artists, in their stable. But, and see, that's another thing. Like, how much help is Drake and J. Cole supposed to get these people? But I guess my point is, I like hearing from Boz. I know we just put out an album last year, but you just be like, oh, why isn't he making noise? You know what I mean? But I like this song.
And I hope you don't forget about me, because I'm thinking about you.
Now, quiet as it's kept, like I tell y'all, I'm a real rap fan. And so I hear this sample, and I'm like, is this that girl that was like the college student that fucked with J. Cole, and he took the picture with her, and it looked like they kind of kept in contact? Is this her? I forgot that girl name, but the real J. Cole fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm wondering if this is that girl, and I think she graduated, right? But if this is her, I think that's dope, because sometimes I wonder like what happened to her, and I like when I see rappers like really fuck with they like diehard fans and really give them kind of like not even just some motion, but some spotlight to say, hey, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Even when I do YouTube shit, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I remember niggas who used to support me when I was playing NBA 2K. And, it is cool to see niggas appreciate the fan love.
I'm thinking about you, running through holes, and now you think I forgot you.
I mean, look, this is J. Cole breaking away from, talking to shit. And it's a more kind of like, female-oriented song, a nice little vibe. 2 minutes. I'm wondering if this song is only 2 minutes because he like, nigga, I can only, kind of be soft for 2 minutes, then I got to go back to killing these niggas. So, you know what I mean? But, you need one of these. If you're going to put out a body of work, you need something for your female fans so they can rock to, and they can, put their lighters up and shit. Where my lighter at? They can put their lighters up and be like, we love you, Cole. We love you, Cole. You know what I mean? So you got to have one of those. And this was cool. And I like the beat on this too. Like I said, the production has not let up on this project yet.
On the street, feel like the beef is random. Murder galore, turned into Thor. I got.
All right, so this is your introspective Cole. You can expect one of these on every J. Cole album. But here's the thing. The first 5 songs are so motherfucking strong that usually this would be a standout on a J. Cole album. But nigga, you just hit me with 5 crazy ass, fire ass songs. Then you give me a song that really could go on any J. Cole album and it's still a good song. But I'm just letting you know, so far, so good. This album is really... Now we have to compare this to other J. Cole shit. Because now he's competing with himself. Like, that's what I hear when I listen to this song. Because like I said, this could go on any J. Cole album. But it's almost like it's filler because the first 5 songs was so good. And that's kind of how I felt about 6'2" with Fever. Fever and Sticks and Stones, I mean, could he have cut these 2 songs off of the project? Yes. But if you was trying to just fill up some time, because I feel like this album is only like 43 minutes long. Yeah, 43 minutes long. Then cool, add these on there. But they just not as strong as the first 5 songs.
Tainted gods fall from the sky, tie an inception. When you wake inside this dream, you a weapon.
I miss Daylight. I miss Daylight doing weird shit on the internet. Some of y'all niggas forgot about Daylight, bro. I keep telling y'all nigga, like I've been here for a long time. P.I. Private Investigator. I'm fucking with this. I like how J. Cole was letting Daylight and Ab-Soul spit first, not trying to take up the spotlight. I'm going to come in at the end, which is usually the big rapper kind of, I'm going to throw my dick on the track move. But I still like when niggas do that. Let the other niggas get they shine, because regardless of if J. Cole is going to come at the end and have the best verse or not, letting Daylight and Ab-Soul go first, it still allows everybody to have to listen to their verse. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen to these niggas to get to the J. Cole verse, and still you can say, you know what? I appreciate what Daylight did. I appreciate what Ab-Soul did. And by the way, these is 2 battle rap type niggas. Although Ab-Soul is a little more, experienced when it comes to putting out mainstream music and shit like that. But I feel like Ab-Soul still has a lot of that battle rap in his background. Of course, Daylight all battle rap. And I'm not trying to say Daylight has never put out music, but y'all get what I'm saying. But still, Daylight is performing really well on this beat, in my opinion. Like, and it's not even like for a battle rapper, it's like because he's a rapper. You know what I mean?
Your life at stake, ages with each meal. Real estate of mind, you need...
This shit remind me of something that would have been on like American Gangster or something like that, you know? That 70s type shit. So yeah, Daylight and Ab-Soul going back and forth. I enjoyed the fuck out of that. Just real rap shit, bro.
I dance as well as Chris Breezy when the bullets start straying careless. I won't let them Swiss cheese me.
The fuck yeah, what y'all want me to say, man? Like, and then do you feel like it's a setup? Do you feel like it's a setup when he come at the end and he just do, J. Cole, you a dirty ass nigga for that. You're a dirty ass nigga for this. Nah, we going to the next song. J. Cole, you a dirty ass nigga for this. You a dirty ass nigga. Talking about no lineup, no Crocs with no fade. Whatever the fuck you was saying earlier, nigga. Yeah, you a dirty nigga. Go watch your dreads, J. Cole. How you gonna let them niggas do their little tag team in the beginning and then you gonna come in with this bullshit? Spitting out ether.
You feel the motive in these quotables, right? Cole is the nicest, but ain't shit about these vocals polite.
You a dirty boy. Go take a shower, Cole. Go take a shower, nigga.
Been considering extending an olive branch, building bridges with niggas that burn them. Like life too short to hold on and things.
Where's the fire extinguisher? Where's the fire extinguisher? Where's the fire extinguisher, bro? Wow, what the fuck is going on? And in my head, that's why I was saying like Fever and Sticks and Stones. I'm like, that's filler. And I was thinking to myself, because he gotta have some more fire on this motherfucker. And y'all heard me earlier. See, I've been fucking with y'all this whole review. Because I said I want to hear more of him and Boz. And here we go. Him and Boz again. And that's why I said, does J. Cole need to have more moments like these on his projects where he has the Dreamville niggas like popping in on fire songs and giving their feature?
Niggas love talking a whole lot of bullshit and calling it guidance.
All right, bro. And I gotta say this. 2 minute and 15-second track. I'm not a hater of the short track. But I'm only mentioning this because I'm gonna give Boz an excuse for that, because I'm like, I feel like that beat was too fire for Boz not to, for him not to give me. His feature don't ruin this song at all, but I feel like this was a moment where he could have really gave us a really hot verse and really showed his ass. That's just me. Is on this album twice, but he doing a lot of singing and kind of like coarse type of shit. I want to hear Boss rap. Am I fucked up for saying that?
With 10 cars, I can't drive but one. That's for my niggas listen.
Once again, introspective Cole. Like I said, we gonna always get some of this J. Cole talking about what he sees around him, what's going on in the world. I fuck with it. While I like the song, and by the way, when y'all hear me say anything about Sticks and Stones and Fever, I still like these songs. They still going in my playlist. And we about to approach the last song, and nigga, this is no skips. No skips. Everything went into my playlist tonight. So when y'all hear me talking about music, I'm just giving y'all the real. And it don't mean that the music is bad or I can't fuck with it or this can't be something that pop on in my car while I'm driving. Because some songs is going to be that for me. This Fever and this Sticks and Stones, this is going to be that for me. Some of these other songs, I can see myself going to a PI. I'm going to come back to that song. I'm coming back to Hunting Wabbits for show motherfucking show. I'm coming back to that Cameron song. Like, these are songs I'm coming back to, the Crocodile Tears. But if the Fever and the Sticks and Stones pop up on the shuffle, I'm not going to get mad. So, you know, when I'm telling you, that feel like filler to me, it's because, like I said, J. Cole is in competition with himself because you just put out a really good body of work. And I'm still thinking about this title and this album cover, and I'm like, was you trying to trick us for us to come into this not expecting much, and we really got some shit that's competing with some of your best projects? And you can do so much when they say less is more. You can do so much with 12 good tracks than you can with 20 decent songs where you got 10 that's okay and another 10 that might be eh. Same thing with 15, 17 tracks. Like, bro, I like anything from 7 to 12. I really would prefer 10 tracks, but anything from 7 to 12, I'm not mad at. And this shit feel like a breeze to me because y'all know Beyonce album was 27 seconds. Now, this still gonna end up being kind of long, but it's still, it don't feel like as much as a chore as listening to 27 tracks, right? So let's get into this last song, Trade of Truth in Ibiza.
Walk in front of the judge and plead the fifth. I'm a legend, but it ain't no need for myth.
We gonna have a discussion about this album being a classic, bro. You know, like even before I even tell y'all what I thought about that song, I mean, this is to me, that felt like an outro. I feel like he could have switched 11 and 12. He could have put this Straight of Truth at the end and let 7 minutes be the 12th. But I get it, 7 minutes, it's the last song. You know, it's the response to Kendrick and all that other shit. I think, But you know what? Here's the other thought to that too, because some of y'all are probably saying that like this was probably already a project that was done. He added 7-minute drill to it because of the Kendrick shit, right? But yeah, Trade the Truth, that felt like a outro track and a damn good one. Where you just sit back and it's almost like, hey, I know y'all just heard that album. It's like, you know, like I'm here to vibe out. I'm here to talk my shit. But like this is almost like a toast to how good this project is. And you know, like I'm kind of backtracking. I'm backtracking my original statement because it did feel like that in the beginning. I'm like, okay, nigga, you putting this out for plays, you know, after the backs of the Kendrick shit. But now when I listen to this, I'm like, oh, you already had this in the tuck. You had this in the tuck. You had this. You had this in the tuck. You had this in the tuck for sure. And you just added the 7-minute drill because, you know, why not? But this was coming out. And when I think about it, it's like, yeah, because it's about time for J. Cole to drop anyway. But I still feel like the questions I asked in the beginning of the video are still valid questions. I think this is reminding me of some of J. Cole's best work. I'm giving this right now a solid 9 out of 10. And I really want to put it. It's hard for me to give a 10 when I didn't listen to this thing twice, right? You know, this is my second listen with y'all, but I'm really feeling like this might go down as like one of the best J. Cole projects. But it should be this way because of how well he's been just rapping and spitting. But I'll also add to this. Now look, when we judging a whole body of work, you put everything we just heard all together, and this is an incredible project. But we just talking about verses. And just for me, I'm always looking for a verse where I'm like, can this verse top the verse where I'm like, this is like your top verse of recently that I done heard. I can't say this the best J. Cole verse I ever had. I can't. I ain't got the time to really go back and say the best ever J. Cole verse. But as far as this, like, in the last 4-5 years, I haven't seen J. Cole beat this Johnny P's Caddy verse. Okay? I did want to put that at the end for y'all, just to say that. The album is still fire, but I'm asking y'all that question. What verse do you think J. Cole has put out recently that's beaten this verse? Let me know what y'all think. Like the video and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Peace.